Hey guys, Brian Keeney with Occam Defense. I am long overdue for an update as to what's going on over here and what we're up to. We had a fairly major medical thing go down. The easiest way to discuss it is that some people cannot tolerate aspirin at all, and it causes severe bleeding. And so, as with all drugs, buyer beware. So we're mostly recovered around here from that, and everybody's pretty stable at this point and getting better. So thank you for all the prayers and support and patience with us as we heal up from all of that. And so on to where we're at. Let's see, we've had to pause gun production for a little bit. Those people with orders, your orders are going to move through. We just need to pause new orders for a little bit here. Not sure exactly when, but we got to get our feet really underneath us on all the production we're doing for ourselves and other folks for parts. Let's see, there are pre-orders for gas blocks, which the big bumper sticker is, as you guys know, everything changed, and things continue to change. One of the big, let me give you some good news, that machine shops are slammed now. And that's bad for us getting parts, but it's really good. It took me a while to figure out what's going on. But the deal is that a bunch of American companies have figured out that it's a really bad idea to make stuff in China. At this point, we're trying to separate ourselves completely from any dependence on that country. Not that we have anything against its people, but its government is morally indefensible at this point. And apparently a bunch of other companies feel the same way. Either that or they're just acting out of practical necessity to get parts here from there. And instead they're getting them made in America, which is great. I love seeing that. And so the good news is that American companies are making stuff here. The bad news is that we look like a very small fish in a big pond when it comes to machine shops, and particularly the kinds of high precision machines that make our screws. Particularly high tolerance screw or tight tolerance screws are made on what's called a Swiss machine. They're $1 million machines that are very specialized and made to crank out thousands of parts every time you set one up. And for some of our more expensive parts or harder to machine parts, that stacks up to a lot of money. These other American companies buy in the tens or hundreds of thousands, and so we can't compete very well with them. We are still waiting on getting our aperture cups for the gas blocks. I thought we had those on lock. We don't. So I apologize for the slipped schedule. Anybody that wants a refund, happy to give you one, but I think we're a couple weeks away. Knock on wood on that one. But like I said, if the wait has just been too long, I totally understand. I'm very sorry for the wait and the slipped schedule, but best I can do is a refund. And for those of you who are willing to hang loose just a little longer, I think we're good to go. So they're purportedly on a machine as I record this. So I think the wait is just about over on those. The other bad news is that we were, until a week ago, unable to get a quote that was reasonable, meaning that we could stay in business, and for the parts we wanted machined. Lots of no quotes out there where they're just, the machine shop will say, hey, if you want them in a year, I can get them to you. But that's not something that we can do. We were hoping to ship them next month. And so we finally found a shop. They're way more expensive than we'd like. However, we still can squeak out just enough margin to make it all work at the current price point. We're probably going to have to raise the price point immediately for orders going forward. For you folks with pre-orders locked in, we're going to honor that pricing. But yeah, I think the sites have to head north based on inflation and this greater demand that effectively acts like inflation, but price hikes due to a whole bunch of companies onshoring products to America, which I have a hard time feeling too upset about. That's great. Like, I will take Americans getting work over cheap shit from China any day of the week. So I think overall this is really good in that sense. Again, we've got a delay here that I don't like for a bunch of reasons, including, delivering on what we say we're going to do to you guys. So this shop is quoting us 6 to 8 weeks from the placement of order, which will be Monday. So I finally have at least a best guess honest due date of, slipping to June, July, somewhere early August would be my best bet. However, the world is changing so rapidly that we just don't know precisely. Same thing applies if the wait has just been too long for you. I apologize, I understand. Happy to refund anybody that is done waiting. To those of you who are willing to stick it out with us a little longer, I do have a path to victory, and I feel very good about that path. So that's where we're at with pre-orders. In terms of parts, we've been cranking hard here for the time that I was out of the shop. Rachel and Zach really kept the show on the road with a bunch of support from Austin. So thank you to my team. Hopefully they've been taking care of you guys well. If we have been more lax than in the past on customer service and getting back to you guys, again, I deeply apologize. We're really just doing our best to keep the show on the road here. And lots of exciting news on the horizon, and more products in development. Although, obviously we're slow rolling that stuff in favor of finishing what we've committed to for you guys. So stuff in the background, but in terms of what we're doing, we're cranking out a ton of mercs. Check out the Rifle Dynamics Quick Hatch. We've partnered with them on that. We're making rails pretty much every day for RD at this point. Other good folks that we make stuff for, Lee Armory, their scope rails. We really enjoy them and making them, and thankful for the business. Josh and the crew over there are great people. So other stuff on the horizon, but that'll have to wait for another chat. And thank you, as always, for your support, for your patience, for being with us on the ride here. It's been a rough few years here, but you guys are awesome. We're having a great time doing this, so thank you.